Yo. Welcome to the NS9 Postgame show powered by Primanti Brothers. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have Neil. Neil, Paul Skenes Day, the first 7 batters he struck out.
Yeah.
Strikes out 11 in Wrigley, never been done before by a Pittsburgh Pirate. This is Paul Skenes, baby.
Yeah, Paul Skenes Day is officially here. Special day. We take a series from the Cubs in Wrigley. We see Paul Skenes put on one of the most dominant pitching performances we've seen in the century. We get to give away sandwiches today. It's a good day.
It's a very good day. It's a very, very good day. As you're seeing up here on the screen, comment #RaiseIt for your chance to win 2 Primanti Brothers sandwiches. Paul Skenes, we love you.
Yes. I think it was Tyler after the Jones Mets start that it was like the best start we've seen from a Pirates pitcher like in our lifetimes. Today got close. I would say today was awfully close, if not better, than what Jones did. And I couldn't believe it. Like the 7 straight strikeouts to start the game. He was feeling it today.
There's so many ways we can take this. And just because you brought that up, let's just kind of start in that sense. Just real quick. But again, Jared Jones and Paul Skenes in the same rotation. You're talking about Paul Skenes went 6 innings today, gave up 1 walk, 1 base runner, struck out 11 guys, 22 whiffs. And we're debating if it was the best start between he and Jared Jones this year.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about. This is what the addition of Paul Skenes, when Jared Jones is already here he's doing the 9 starts as he's had so far, presents for this team. Yeah. 40% of your outings is Paul Skenes and Jared Jones and the way they're pitching right now.
Yeah.
And then you have Mitch Keller as your third. What a rotation.
Yeah. It's been the best thing Ben Sherrington has done his entire time here. He hasn't traded well. He hasn't shown an ability to bring in real impact offensive talent, but man, he's drafted 2 pretty darn good pitchers and is starting to build a pretty good rotation, isn't he?
Yes. So, I mean, again, getting back to this Paul Skenes start, off the bat, 7 up, 7 down, all by strikeouts. I just want to add one little caveat in there. So just so you know, BetOnline is your number 1 source for all summer sports this season, from MLB, golf, NBA, and NHL. All the latest stats, news, and scores available to follow your favorite teams. Get the latest odds and lines, including the latest team matchups, player props, and odds on just about every sport out there. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. BetOnline, where the game starts. You know where it started for me? The line was 6.5 strikeouts today for Paul Skenes. I hit that in 7 outs. His first 7 outs, he hit the over on strikeouts, which was 6.5.
That's
incredible.
Crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. I mean, no, his stuff was just absolutely disgusting today. And all I can think about, and I've been thinking about it ever since he's been pitching this year, is all the fear mongering, all the people yelling about how bad his fastball shape is. It looks pretty good to me. It looks like it'll play. I know it's a hot take, but
it looks like the Cubs have been really enjoyed that shape. They were just hitting the ball all over the place these past 2 starts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they kind of got to him. I think his first start, you could tell the jitters were there, the nerves were there. He was completely locked in today from the start. And he got cheated a lot. I really feel like he threw more strikes than he was given. He should have struck out I forget who he was facing, who walked. Was it yeah, I'm forgetting who, but like he got the third strike and the umpire called it a ball.
I think it was Bush. It was Bush.
Was it
right?
Bush? Okay. That's what I thought, but I know he had the 10 pitch at bat and I didn't know if it was, but yeah, like he got unlucky today too and still did not give up a single hit.
Yes.
By the time
I'm glad
only one player hit a ball hard off of him, one player, and that was the backup catcher.
Right. I was going to say, I'm glad you brought that up because, and let me preface this, I don't like to talk about, umps did this, umps did that. It was going both ways. It tends to go both ways. The umpiring doesn't hate your Pittsburgh Pirates and try to cheat them out.
Yeah.
The Pirates haven't done anything worth anything for the umpires to try to cheat them out of anything. Okay.
Yeah.
So the umpires don't hate your team. But with that said, it's fair. I mean, he wasn't getting a lot of calls. Now, this actually is a shout out to Tyler. He did a little because he's been talking about this for a little bit of time today, or a little bit of time for. He's been talking about it for a little bit of time, but he looked at Grandal, and Grandal is missing a lot low as far as framing. He's not doing well framing low pitches, and that's where Skenes was living a lot, especially early in the game.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting a whole lot of calls. So again, with that being said, regardless if it's on Grandal, the umpire, just whatever, it's baseball, it's human.
Mm-hmm.
He actually pitched better than what the line shows.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy to think about that. Like, he pitched better than 6 shutout innings with 11 strikeouts and no hits. Like, that is actually like mind-boggling to think about. But you're right. He earned it. And yeah, I didn't want to complain about the umps because ultimately it doesn't matter and he was still dominant. But it was more to say like, yeah, like he is still that good where even if he's getting squeezed a little, and we talked about it last night. Grandal's hasn't been good at framing. He wasn't great today, but he at least delivered on the offensive side of the ball today, which is nice.
Yeah, and that's why I keep saying, like, I am going to allow him the opportunity to show me who he is. And again, so far defensively, he's not showing to be that great, ironically. But offensively, like, I really have no complaints, especially for, like, really not even a backup catcher. I mean, he was, like, the third. Circumstances, he's certainly the starter now. But 3 RBIs today, like, that's what, like 9 RBIs in 10 games he has. He's kind of coming through for his role offensively.
Yeah.
So, again, like, I have no, when I say this overall, like, I have no real complaints for Yasmani Grandal at this point in time. He hasn't been that good defensively, but also he wasn't signed to be the guy either. I mean, he was signed for basically like, this is your only opportunity to be a major league catcher this year. Take this deal or, hop on some minor league deal somewhere else and try to get on. So he took it with the Pirates. But again, like, offensively, I haven't seen so much that makes me like hate him. I don't love him, but like he's doing and playing his part. And he has come up pretty big in moments also. So
yeah. No, I mean, he's been barreling the ball
offensively.
Like he's like I was looking at his, like, and obviously it's been a very small sample size, but no, the bat's a lot better than I was expecting from a 35-year-old catcher. So
right.
Yeah, I can't complain too much as long as he doesn't drop any more baseballs. I'm okay.
But I guess, yeah, let's talk a little bit about the offense here. It came alive too. So 2 games. I mean, Paul Skenes started last game, had the 5-0 lead. Today he goes in there. I think when he came out, it was 8. Was it 8-0?
Yeah.
When he came out.
Yeah, it was 8.
I mean, is the Paul Skenes effect like working on the offense? I mean, he's came up here, has 2 starts, and they're scoring 5+. And today the outburst. Right, offense was alive for sure today. Now, obviously, Kyle Hendricks is on the mound on the other side, the anti-Paul Skenes. But again, the Pirates have made Austin Gombers, and I mean, like, you can go on the list. Everyone looked like a Cy Young candidate, right? So, like, Kyle Hendricks is just next in line to look really, really good. I mean, the first inning, he looked good. I felt like, oh boy, here we go, 1, 2, 3, done. But yeah, like I said, like the offense, it came alive. They're hitting well. I mean, the bottom 3, like Rowdy Tellez, Triolo, right?
Yeah. Combined 6 hits from the bottom 3. And I think the big thing, like, your life is so much easier when you just hit the ball over the fence. Another 2 home runs again today. Like, it bothers me that we just don't do it as much as we should. Like, and we've been winning more games now, being like the offense has come alive as soon as we started hitting home runs. Like, it's not a hard concept. So, yeah, 2 more home runs today. The bottom of the order really got involved. Everyone was really, really good today besides Cruz and Sawinski.
Yeah. Oddly, Cruz had some 2 hard hits.
Yeah.
I mean, that's baseball. Like, I mean, that is what it is. It's not like, it's happening time over time like Andrew McCutchen. But like, yeah, 2 hard hits. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't get a hit today. And I mean, like with Jack Swinsky, he did get a hit. He went 1 for 5. I mean, he went 1 for 5, and that brought up his batting average. So, I mean, subjectively, maybe he did have a good game. I don't know, but he got a hit. Yeah, right.
All right, well, we'll take it.
There you go. So yeah, but with that said, like, I mean, pretty much everyone looked good offensively. Andrew McCutchen gets that home run at the end there. And yeah, they've been saying in the comments. I mean, let's talk a little about Nick Gonzales since he's come up. You and I talked about him last night on the show again today, talking about Nick Gonzales. I mean, he goes today, have 2 for 4, a couple big hits, but he is looking really, really good at the plate.
Yes. Yeah. No, he looks so comfortable. And, Kyle Hendricks is not a good pitcher. Like, straight up, like, he's not. But the fact that he doesn't look lost against the breaking pitches is what is the biggest thing to me. Because, like, even last year when he wasn't very good, you could see the pop that he had. And he's still showing that. Like, he was hitting the ball hard today. But he doesn't look lost against breaking pitches. And that's so big. Like,
right.
I don't know what adjustments he made in the offseason, but whatever it is, it has been working so far.
Yes, it certainly has. So again, I mean, he is up here. You kind of said, like, give him a little bit of run because Jared Triolo isn't doing a whole lot. And at this point in time, again, things can change, small sample, but like at this point in time, he is earning more and more playing time. This team needs an everyday second baseman. Triolo is not showing to be it. Not to write him off. Personally, I felt like he's better suited as a utility guy anyways, but this team desperately needs like a starting second baseman. And I think most of us were ready to write off Nick Gonzales. Like, it was either going to come down to Triolo or it's going to come down to like Peguero.
Yeah.
Nick Gonzales probably leaning more towards a bust. If anything, maybe some type of utility guy that can play somewhat short second, third base. But at this point in time, I mean, he tore up AAA and now he's in the majors. And I'm not going to say he's picking up where he left off in AAA, but he is certainly producing right now in the majors.
Yeah, and he's holding his own. I think we even talked about it at like during spring training. We're like, Gonzales hasn't really done anything to earn the major league spot on the roster. But he went back down to AAA. He mashed for a month, and now, like he's not setting the world on fire, but he is certainly one of the more competent players we've seen take at bats for us this year. Like, he's refreshing when he comes to the plate. And last year, it's the complete opposite from last year.
And I mean, the results are still there. Like, he has an 824 OPS, right? Like,
the
stats are backing it up. The eye test shows it, right? Like, he does look a lot better this year, and so far has come through and produced, statistically speaking. So yeah, I mean, I'm liking everything I see out of Nick Gonzales, and like, what a game changer he could be if he continues this. I'm not expecting him to continue this, right? But like, if he can be productive, I mean, we talk about like how Jared Jones is a game changer, with the starting pitching, right? But the way like your 4 in this lineup has been producing with your Kutch, Reynolds, Cruz, and Connor Joe, right? We talk about Edward Olivares. Now, he's actually looked good too. I think he deserves more playing time. If Nick Gonzales is producing like he is, you know what? You can live with 6 guys, and then the last 3 is in the dead zone. But we're talking about 6 guys now, not 3 or even 4. So like him coming up here, maybe giving Olivares a little more run. Like, now you have 6 competent guys at the top of that lineup. The way that pitching is, like, this is enough to start winning some games.
Yeah, like you don't need an elite offense. You don't need Nick Gonzales to become a star. If that happens, awesome. But yeah, you just need good, even average offense with this pitching staff. And that is the frustrating thing about this year, right?
Right.
Is that like you can see the path forward for a good team. And we're only a game out of a playoff spot right now. I don't know how, but the National League is so bad that you just need a slightly below average offense from this team. And there is an outside shot that you make it. Despite all the trash that we've seen like for the over a month, like there is a path forward to a playoff team because the National League is so bad.
Right. I want to keep this like at a good vibe show, right? Because this is an outstanding start. But that is part of what makes it frustrating, is because this team doesn't need all that much more to really be in it, right? I mean, the team is in third place right now in the NL Central, and again, like with another victory against the Cubs, they're only 4 games back from the Cubs, and 6.5 back from the Brewers. They're right there. You see the talent. If this offense, if they can find something to figure out this offense, there is absolute belief, and you're hearing it from me, absolute belief in this team. And the main reason is Jared Jones, Paul Skenes, Mitch Keller. Like, you can't find. Okay, this is early. I'm gonna go back a little bit, okay? But the potential in that, you can't find much better potential in a 1, 2, 3 in almost all of MLB than that right there. So that's what excites you. So if you get a competent enough offense around it, and like you see what happened today, you're cooking.
Yeah. No, and I did. That was intent. Like bringing up the fact that we're like a game out of the playoffs is my attempt at bringing good vibes, but also I'm naturally negative, so I'm bad at that. But
and I get it. I've known Tyler for like now what 8, 9 years. I get it. I saw where you're going. I saw the intent there. I just wanted to make sure we got there.
like I think it's like it's just something like you have the potential there that you can take advantage and still make a playoff in the third wild card. Like because the Mets aren't very good. The Giants aren't very good. The Reds aren't very good. And the Nationals aren't very good either. Like those are the teams you are competing with for that third wild card. And with this pitching staff, I don't think there's a real good reason that you don't beat those teams to it with the talent currently on the roster.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Once again, Pirates win today 9-3. Comment hashtag raise it. Your chance to win 2 Primanti Brothers sandwiches. I just want to go back to the Paul Skenes. I like just talk.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. I just so again, 100 pitches he threw today. Okay, the most we've seen. He's already there. You were all worried about the pitch count all through the minors. He got up to like the mid 80s last time. It wasn't that high, but he was struggling in the 5th. I'm all good on like taking him out last outing. This time he hits the triple digits. He hits 100 pitch count, but 41 fastballs, 41 four-seam fastballs.
Yeah.
100 pitches, 41 fastballs. Average 99.3 miles an hour on them. That's like the average. We're not saying he topped out. Or this isn't like, oh, he topped out at 99.3. Like this guy is averaging through an entire start 99.3 on his four-seam. Just incredible. Just incredible.
44% whiff rate on that fastball.
Yes.
Like, it's disgusting. And he's got movement to it, too. Like, it's not just so it really is unfair.
Oh, it's terrible shape, buddy.
I know the shape's bad, but when you're hitting
who cares about the movement? It's got terrible shape.
When you're hitting 100, it moves and you can place it on the corners like he's doing. It is actually unfair. And we saw glimpses of that in the first game, like his first start. Like I can vividly remember some of the fastballs he was painting for strike 3 in the first game. And it didn't all come together, but today it came together. And I honestly would have been okay taking him out after 5. I would have understood, but I'm happy he got to go to 6 innings of no-hit baseball.
I'm happy for a couple of reasons on that also. I'm happy because like they gave him the opportunity, like go out and see if you can still do it. And like he just added to this. Unfortunately, like it's not his first start. Like it's not gonna be the magical, like on his debut. It's not the Strasburg debut, right? But you can't get more magical on your second start, I guess. Put it that way. Like this is still a great beginning to your career, but it was like, hey, here you go. You're having a fantastic start. It is a no-hitter. Yeah, your pitch count is high, but it is still under 100. Like, go out there again, kid. You're doing a fantastic job. Take the ball. We know you want it. Go do it. And he did it. And he had 2 more strikeouts that inning and such.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm glad that they did it for that reason. I'm also glad that, hey, that pitch count is still going upwards. Like they're still allowing it to go further and further. He's at 100 now. Like he's there. There might be limits as far as innings go for the entire year, right? But like pitch count wise, like there's really no more restrictions. It's not like, okay, we're only topping out at 70 today. He's hit 100. He's there now.
Yeah, he's fully stretched out. And, they're probably going to have those games where they do take him out early, just like to preserve the inning limit, because I think that's what they're trying to do, and that's fine. But no, like now you can fully expect like full starts when, I think a lot of us were getting frustrated with them only letting him go like 48 pitches or in the minors. But yeah, now it's great. Like that was 100 beautiful pitches of baseball. And he was dominant. Like, his slider looked amazing. His splitter was disgusting. Like he developed the splitter after college. Like he didn't throw a splitter in college, and now he casually has a 95-mile-an-hour splitter that gives hitters
the splinker.
The splinker,
yeah. Like this pitch that Yonduran, right, throws, and Skenes now throws it, and it's remarkable. And like you're saying, like you saw how good that played today.
Yeah.
He's like, I have no words. It's just speechless. That's how good he is.
Yeah.
But you're right. Now, let me ask you this too. It was 6 innings. It was a no-hit bid. Were you comfortable? And maybe not comfortable is a good word. Did you want to see a 7th?
No.
Why not? Let me ask your opinion on that.
He's not, because there's no point, because he's not pitching all 9. He's not going to get the no-hitter. Just take him out at 100 pitches. Like especially since you're winning by 8 runs, there is no point letting him get up to like 120. I don't think, but I want to see these guys like being able to go out and rip it, but they also have to be smart about it.
Right.
And I just don't see the point in letting him go out for a 7th.
I like it. So I'm with you. That's what I'm with you. Behind the scenes, Tyler is like, I think in the 4th inning, he was saying, he's like, oh boy, I just really want Paul Skenes to get someone to hit against him, because I'm not ready for these these Twitter takes. And they're here. He went 6, no hit, but I'm absolutely with you. It was 100 pitches. He was there at that point in time. I mean, the no hitter's out of your mind. Like the odds of having 3 more innings at the pace you're throwing. I mean, Paul Skenes. This is something that separates Paul Skenes and Jared Jones also, what I'll say. So far that we've seen. I'm not saying that they intersect and, go another way, but what we talked about yesterday in Jared Jones' start and his career in the majors at this point is he is a strikeout thrower. He's a strikeout pitcher, but he's also extremely efficient. And Paul Skenes hasn't really shown that yet. Not to his degree. I mean, again, he only walked 1 today. It's not like he's walking a bunch. It's not like he's striking out 10 and walking 4 or 5 guys, right? But he does throw a lot of pitches that you can see he's probably not going to throw too many like complete game shutouts or complete games just because of that efficiency mark. Where Jared Jones, you can see that one day, right? And again, like I said, I'm not saying that can't be. I mean, Paul Skenes will absolutely throw a lot of complete games, I'm sure. But at this point in time, like the efficiency isn't really there. So I'm not expecting Paul Skenes to go out for 9 innings right now, because he was on. If he would have pitched 9 innings at the pace he was at, that's 150 pitches.
Yeah. And all I can think about is Johan Santana. Like every time, all I can think about is Johan Santana never being the same after his no-hitter. And
that's where my mind goes to also. But like, it's also not fair. Like, okay, that's just one person. But ultimately, again, like the goal is to have Paul Skenes here to pitch for you when it matters, not for his second outing of his career when he's only topped out at 85 to begin. Like, you're asking him to almost probably double his pitch count to potentially get there. I'm absolutely okay. At that point in time, it's out of hand. You're monitoring his innings this year as well, because if the goal is playoffs, like that should be the goal. We can argue if it's a reality or not, but the goal is playoffs. And in order to do anything in playoffs, you need Jared Jones and Paul Skenes in there. So you do have to be smart and creative throughout the year to manage that so they're available for the playoffs. So it's like, do you really want to waste 30, 50 more pitches, right? 3 more innings of Paul Skenes in this one where you have this in the bag? I'm perfectly okay with that. I would much rather see playoff victory than
I
Paul
agree.
Skenes' attempt.
Yeah, he's probably going to lose it anyway, because like you said, he struggled in the 5th, and this Cubs lineup is hard to, they have so many contact-centered guys that, what's the point letting him go to the 8th only to lose it there because Nick Madrigal slaps a little dinker into right field? Like it doesn't make any sense.
Right. And I mean, it would have been Ian Happ.
Exactly.
Which, thanks Greg Brown for making that jinx again. Greg Brown and Jim Rosati, I'm telling you, like, they just need to keep their mouth shut. Jim goes out there and says, "Hey guys, good vibes." Sandwich. He says something in sandwiches, and as soon as he put that in there, walk, hit, Cubs score 3 runs. I'm like, Jim, what are you doing? Can't, you know better. There is no lead that's safe when you're a Pittsburgh Pirate fan. And then Ian Happ comes up, and Greg Brown's like, "Oh, is this the game that he's going to lose the streak?" Boom, gets on base. 64. 64 straight games. Ian Happ's been on base versus the Pirates. I mean, just insane.
Yeah. If Ian Happ was not in the National League Central, he would be flipping burgers, because he kills the Reds, he kills the Pirates, and is garbage against everyone else, and I can't stand him.
Right.
Even he's a Pittsburgh native, I know, but can't stand the guy.
Anyways, the bullpen did try to blow the game.
They did.
We'll kind of gloss over this because it's a good vibes only show. But Carmen Mlodzinski does come in the game. This is his first, first time pitching for the Pirates this year. He looked like a guy who's going to be a big part of this bullpen. Injury, right? The shoulder. Started the year off the IL. Has returned to Indy. Hasn't been pitching well. Gets the call though. It wasn't sharp. I mean, he was pretty much all over the place. He wasn't really finding the strike zone. I mean, he himself did enough really to like kind of get out of there. It was more the rest of the pitching that didn't hold up. But yeah, like he didn't look too good.
Yeah, he wasn't great today. I was surprised he was allowed to go 40 pitches.
Yeah.
I know he's like doing the mop up role. You don't want to burn arms. But I was like, he's just back from injury. Like, maybe go get him. Like, he couldn't throw strikes today. But I stepped away from my TV for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I come back and the Cubs are the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th. I'm like, oh, great. It can never be easy, even with a 9-run lead.
Right. Exactly. It's going to be interesting. It was already interesting enough. We didn't need to make it more interesting. Paul Skenes went 6, struck out 11, had 1 base runner. That's it. You close the books. Your interesting meter has been filled. Pirates like, no. We got to make more.
No, it can never be easy. I give you a little bit of a heart attack, but no, I mean, I don't think either Mlodzinski or Ryan were good today.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because they both have good stuff and they really just struggle to locate it.
Yep. And sometimes it happens. And I guess if you're looking at it this way, if there's a game for it to happen, it's this one. Yeah. So I'm glad it got out. Let it be this one. When they're closer, let's have better outings, guys.
Yeah.
But then, hey, Hunter Stratton does come into the game as well. He finishes up 1.13 strikeouts. I mean, Hunter Stratton, outside like that one game, he's looked good. I guess there's really no other way for me to put it. He's looked good.
I am fully on the Hunter Stratton train. I think he is a very solid bullpen arm that we need to use more. I think in more high leverage situations, because I think he's earned it. Like he's got a really good slider, really good breaking stuff. He can join he can replace Barucki and Moretta until they get better. Like,
Sure.
I like Hunter Stratton.
So far, same. No real complaints from him. All right, so that pretty much wraps up the game here. Do we want to get into the sandwiches?
Yeah, let's get to the sandwiches.
All right, guys. So you know what to do. This is your last shot. Hashtag raise it. There is only 69. It's a nice number, but there's only 69 entries right now. Let's get more in there. So I'll give you your last opportunity. Hashtag raise it in the comments. While we do that, of course, want to thank everyone who's already subscribed, liked to the video, and also has joined. So again, you can check out our memberships right below. There's that join button. There's 3 tiers: rookie, all-star, MVP, 99 cents, $2.99, and $4.99. A lot of different perks to them. So again, check them out. We appreciate everyone who has supported or about to support. So here we go. All right. Now at the 73 entries. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. All right, Gary.
Good job, Gary.
So we got some more new blood. It always makes, again, the first 2 shows we have back-to-back winners, or I think it's 2 out of the first 3 shows. So I'm always nervous right now because that was not a good look. So we're getting new blood. So Great job. Go ahead and, as always, DM North Shore 9, any social media account, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever ways. Or if not, email us at northshore9@gmail.com. Just send me whatever address you need me to send it to, and we'll get those 2 free sandwiches out.
Hopefully, Scam Likely wins next time. I was
Scam Likely. What a great
congratulations, game. Jerry.
Yep. So with that said, we're out of here. The Cubs have faced Jared Jones. They faced Paul Skenes. I mean, I don't pity them. Good. But tomorrow's Bailey Falter.
Even worse for them.
Interesting dynamic there. Yeah. Imagine facing, Jared Jones, Paul Skenes, and now you get Bailey Falter.
It says that 3-headed dragon meme where the one of them looks like an idiot.
Right. But the thing is, they're like, they're waiting for this 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's like, oh wait, he's throwing 92.
Yeah. It's an interesting.
Be so far ahead of this fastball tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I can't rag on Falter too much. He's been about as good as I could have hoped for. So,
he's been better than I couldn't hope for him to be this good. So, I mean, absolutely. And again, like this speaks to what this rotation has been so far. Mm-hmm. Again, now with Paul Skenes here, Jared Jones, Mitch Keller, right? Bailey Falter. I mean, he is every part of this rotation. Why it has been good. Martin, he didn't have a great outing in Milwaukee, but he's been a big part of why this rotation has been good. I mean, 1 through 5 is absolutely solid right now. So that's why you want these bats to really get going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you want to compare anything to the playoff teams, it's that they had a solid 1 through 5 that you could feel good about. So fingers crossed that the offense catches up.
Yep. So tomorrow, 2:20 start, Bailey Falter on the mound. We will catch you then. I think I'm on again. I think it's myself and Ty. But we'll see you then, guys.
I'm off, but enjoy. Hopefully you guys are talking about a sweep with the Cubs.
There it is. So, 3 out of 4.
Oh, right. It's a 4-game series. Wow.
Right. Today is Friday, buddy.
That's okay.
All right. Let's get out of here. As always, appreciate everyone for watching on YouTube, listening on the podcast. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hey, you all. Thank you for watching. I know we try to provide the most entertaining content that we can, and we'd love to spread it to as many people as possible. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you could take the 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to the page, it helps out so much more than you know. Thank you, and let's go Bucks.